Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Off Campus. Before going into the video, kindly subscribe our channel Off Campus and click on the bell icon also. Then only you will receive notification as and when we upload videos. Okay, we have recently posted videos in all subject under ECE and engineering mathematics as well. If you haven't seen those videos still, kindly check with the playlist. In this video, we are going to see in communication system, under communication system in amplitude modulated system, some few problems which is repeatedly asking in the exams like competitive exams like GATE, TRB and TNVB assistant engineering. So in that we are going to in amplitude modulation and demodulation problems and problems based on receivers. Okay, what is the first one? First one is modulation. In that modulation, what is the first question? In commercial TV transmission in India, picture and speech signals are modulated respectively. So four different combinations of modulation is given in the options. So VSB nothing but vestigial sideband modulation, SSB is single sideband modulation, FM frequency modulation. So for picture, it is picture or TV transmission, it is vestigial sideband modulation, VSB. For speech signal, it is FM frequency modulation. So for picture VSB, speech signal FM, VSB and FM. Option C is the right option for this problem. What is the solution? Okay, note that VSB modulation is the clever compromise between SSB and DSB. Since TV bandwidth is so large, VSB used for picture transmission. Okay, and also FM is the best option for speech because of better noise immunity. FM has better noise immunity, so for speech signal FM is used, and for TV or picture VSB modulation is used. So option B is the right option. Then in a double sideband DSP full carrier AM transmission system, if the modulation index is doubled, then the ratio of total sideband power to the carrier power increases by a factor of. So the AM system is double sideband with full carrier. The expression for total power in such modulation signal is, for expression for DSB full side with a full carrier is otherwise known as conventional AM. So what is the expression for total power is nothing but PT equal to EC or some other can be written as AC also. Okay, AC squared by 2R plus mu squared is this is carrier power. This is upper sideband power. This is lower sideband power. Okay, mu squared by 4, AC squared by 2R. Usually R is taken is, if R is not given in the problem, we can take it is 1, R equal to 1. Then mu squared by 4, AC squared by 2R. So this is the one what we need to find if modulation index is doubled. So modulation index mu is doubled, mu become doubled. Then what we need to find out? The ratio of total sideband power to the carrier power. Total sideband power means total both upper sideband and lower sideband power divided by which one? Carrier power. PC equal to what? If modulation index is double, what is the ratio? We should find out. Okay, we'll see. So PT equal to, or in simply we can neglect, I said already now, if R value is not given, we can take it as R equal to 1. So PC AC squared by 2R is nothing but PC. Okay, carrier power. Then PC into 1 plus mu squared by 2 into PC. How? Mu squared by 4 and mu squared by upper sideband power and lower. What is the total sideband power? When we adding these two, mu squared by 2. For AC squared by 2R, it is PC. Okay, for this term it is PC. In general, what is the total power? Or total power can be written as, so cancel these also, no need. PT equal to PC into mu squared by 2 into PC, or okay, the second side, which one? It is carrier power, it is the total sideband power. So we should find out the P sideband power by total sideband power by carrier power. What if if modulation index is doubled, modulation index mu is doubled, we should find out. Okay, so this is the general expression, total transmitted power. Then the second term on the right hand side is sideband power. This is the sideband power. Okay, this is the sideband power. So I am just hiding this to avoid confusion. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, let it be. So which one? Power, sideband power is nothing but mu squared by 2 Pc. So sideband power by carrier power, so mu squared by 2. Okay, so we need to find out that only now, sideband power by carrier power, mu squared by 2. So what if it is mu is doubled? So mu is doubled means mu become 2 mu squared, 2 squared mu squared, mu become 2 mu. So 2 mu, squaring that, 2 square mu square divided by 2, 2 and 2 get cancelled, 4 will be 4 times, or can be written as, so if mu become 2 mu, what will happen? The same thing, 2 squared, in place of mu substitute 2 squared, 2 squared mu squared by 2. So mu squared by 2 into 2 squared is nothing but 4. So it will be increasing, the ratio between sideband power to the carrier power will be 4 times. So it is factor of 4. Okay, can you understand, guys? Okay. So what is the third question? The maximum power efficiency of an AM modulator. So what is the efficiency modulation of AM? AM in general, eta equal to efficiency. What is the formula? Mu squared divided by 2 plus mu squared. What is given? Maximum power efficiency of an AM modulator is nothing but, substitute mu equal to 1. When we substituting 1 here, so we will get 1 by 3. 1 by 3 equal to 33%. Okay, mu squared by 2 Pc, this one, sorry, mu squared, substitute mu equal, what we will get? The maximum power efficiency of an AM modulator is nothing but 33%. This is the general derivative, how the efficiency will come, sideband power divided by carrier power plus sideband power. So mu squared by 2 Pc divided by Pc plus mu squared by 2 Pc. So when we taking Pc outside, Pc and Pc will get cancelled, we will get mu squared by 2 plus mu squared. So just substitute, this is the efficiency formula for AM. Substitute mu equal to 1, we will get 33% for maximum efficiency for AM. Okay, this one. So next question, consider sinusoidal modulation in AM system assuming no over modulation. The modulation index mu when the maximum and minimum values of the envelope respectively are 3 volt and 1 volt. So what we need to find out? We need to find out the modulation index, right? Modulation index we need to find out assuming no over modulation. Okay, as given is the problem, the modulation is sinusoidal, this is called tone modulation. Okay, there is no over modulation, means that modulation index is less than or equal to 1. Mu should be less than or equal to 1 for no over modulation. Okay, in such case modulation index is, the formula is nothing but, what is given? Maximum voltage and minimum voltage is nothing but A max minus E min. This is one of the formula with respect to voltage, minimum and maximum voltages. Okay, E max minus E min divided by E max plus E min, where E max is the maximum envelope value of the envelope, E min is the minimum value of the envelope. This method is popular when modulated waveform is observed is CRO. So maximum is E max 3, 1 minimum. So 3 minus 1 divided by 3 plus 1. By simplifying, we will get modulation index mu equal to 0.5. So 0.5, here no option is given, so 0.5 is the right option. Then, which of the following analog modulation scheme requires minimum transmitted power and minimum channel bandwidth? So minimum transmitted power and minimum channel bandwidth will give SSB, single sideband modulation, where transmitted power and bandwidth are minimum. Okay, in single sideband modulation, option C is the right option. We will see bandwidth and power for different types of modulation. Modulation type, bandwidth, power. Conventional AM bandwidth is 2 FM, maximum power, it needs maximum power. DSB sideband suppressed carrier, so carrier is suppressed, so bandwidth is 2 FM, double sideband na, so bandwidth is 2 FM, less power, carrier is suppressed, so it uses it requires less power. VSB, vestigial sideband, what is the bandwidth? FM plus vestige, okay. Then single sideband modulation, only one sideband, so bandwidth is FM, it is less power and less bandwidth, okay. So SSB is least power and bandwidth. Option C, SSB has least power and bandwidth is the right option. Then suppose that the modulation signal is m of t equal to 2 cos of 2 pi fmt and the carrier signal is xc of t equal to ac cos of 2 pi fct. Which one of the following is a conventional AM signal without over modulation? Okay. Suppose that the modulator, we need to find out from the option no over modulation. Which one of the option having no over modulation? How can we find it? We can find out by using only the modulation index. So modulation index should be less than or equal to 1 for no over modulation. For over modulation it is greater than 1. For no over modulation, mu modulation index value should be less than or equal to 1. From this option we need to find out which one of the signal, modulating signal will have no over modulation. So first one, AC m of t cos of 2 pi fct is a double sideband, okay, double sideband signal. So m of t into c of t, the given signal is double sideband. Then x of t equal to AC into 1 plus m of t into cos of 2 pi fct. Cos of 2 pi fct, see, m of t is given as 2 cos 2 pi fmt, 2 cos 2 pi, here also in option B, see, substitute, this is the general format, okay, this is the general format, AC into 1 plus m of t cos of 2 pi fct or mu into cos 2. How it comes? M of t, what is message signal? M of t is nothing but AM cos 2 pi fmt, okay. It is 1 plus Ka m of t, amplitude sensitivity. So when it is substituting here, we will get Ka into AM cos 2 pi fmt, where Ka AM equal to mu. So this expression will come. This is the general AC into 1 plus mu. Mu is nothing but Ka into AM. Ka is amplitude sensitivity with maximum message signal, maximum amplitude of the message signal. 1 plus mu cos 2 pi fmt. So m of t, here m of t is 2 cos 2 pi fmt. So m of t, substitute 2 cos 2 pi fmt in this expression. What is mu? Mu is 2. So mu is greater than 1. So it is over modulation, okay. Then option C, AC into cos 2 pi fct plus AC m of t cos 2 pi fct. What is m of t? M of t is 2 cos 2 pi fmt, right? 2 cos 2 pi fmt. So 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is the what? That mu. Mu is 1 by 2 means mu is half for this. Half means it is less than 1. So it is not over modulation. Option C is not over modulation. So that is given in the problem. Modulation signal, the given is, carrier signal also given. Note that conventional AM is DSB full carrier. Full carrier. Standard expression is given as the same thing. Only terminology will be AC or EC or S of t, E of t or same, okay. This is the general expression. Option B, whenever we have already seen now, whenever we substitute option B, what is given? M of t 2 cos 2 pi. Whenever we substitute, what is mu? Modulation index V is 2. Conventional AM with over modulation. So we need to find out the conventional modulation, right? Conventional signal, AM signal. This is not conventional AM signal. Option A is not a conventional AM signal. This is a DSB double sideband suppressed carrier, DSB-SC signal, option A. So it is not a conventional AM signal. So option A is wrong. This is the second thing is a conventional AM signal with over modulation. Okay, as we seen already. So mu is 2. It is conventional AM with over modulation. So then coming for option C, this is also conventional AM expression with without over modulation. So this one is the correct. Let's see option 4. Option D also. Option D is not a standard expression. We'll see option what is given in the option D. So it is not it should be in the form of AC into 1 plus mu cos 2 pi FMT into cos 2 pi FCT. This is the standard form of the conventional AM. So by comparing with the standard form, this is not the standard expression. So option D also wrong, B also wrong. A is double sideband suppressed. I am telling you again, this is the standard expression for double sideband suppressed carrier. So it is not the one. Conventional AM is nothing but double sideband full carrier. Okay, this is double side. This expression is wrong. This option. Option 2 is a conventional AM with over modulation. So this is also wrong. Option 3 is conventional AM expression without over modulation. So this is the correct one. This is not the standard expression of conventional AM. Okay, we'll move on. Then for a message signal m of t equal to cos of 2 pi FCT and carrier of frequency FC, which of the following represents single sideband signal? Cos of 2 pi FMT, cos of 2 pi FCT equal to double sideband. So we need to identify the single sideband signal from the given options. So guys, previously we have identified the conventional AM with or without modulation, over modulation. So we should be aware of the standard expression for every modulation schemes. Then only we can identify. Okay, which for AM, double sideband suppressed carrier, single sideband and vestigial, we should be aware of all the modulation schemes. Okay, then only we will proceed this problem. So this is a m of t into c of t. So double sideband, first option is m of t into c of t is nothing but double sideband suppressed carrier. Cos 2 pi FCT, which one is? This is a carrier signal, only the carrier signal. Okay, we need to only single sideband signal. So cos of 2 pi FC plus FM. So upper sideband is given. FC plus FM only given. So it is a upper sideband. So only single sideband. So this is the right option. The option D is 1 plus cos of 2 pi FMT into cos 2 pi FCT. This is the standard expression of conventional AM. So which one is the single sideband? Option C, cos of 2 pi FC plus FM into T, upper sideband is the right option. Okay, the same thing is explained here. Okay, option A represents AM signal, double sideband suppressed carrier. Option B only carrier frequency. Option C upper sideband only, so single sideband signal. Option D represents the conventional AM signal. So next we will move on to the next problem. A DSB-SC signal is generated the carrier cos of omega ct plus theta and modulating signal x of t. The envelope of the DSB-SC signal is, we need to find out the envelope for the DSB-SC signal. Envelope is nothing but modulus of x of t. Envelope of this signal is nothing but modulus of x of t. This is given in detail. So m of t is nothing but modulating signal is given here as x of t. M of t equal to x of t, C of t equal to given as cos of omega ct plus theta. So what is the general expression of DSB-SC modulated signal? C of t into m of t. So S of t equal to C of t into m of t. So just multiply these two, x of t into cos of omega ct plus theta. This is in the form of cos of a plus b. Cos of a plus b is nothing but cos a cos b plus minus sin a sin b. So just apply these, then multiply inside with x of t. Then envelope is nothing but taking the modulus. Modulus as I told already. So square root of modulus of x of t cos theta the whole square plus x of t sin theta the whole square. So x squared of t cos square theta, x square theta t is common in both the term. So cos square theta plus sin square theta is nothing but 1. Square root of x squared of t will get x of t. So option B, taking modulus. Envelope is nothing but by taking modulus of x of t. Then question number 9. A 1 megahertz sinusoidal carrier is amplitude modulated by a symmetrical square wave of period 100 microsecond. Which of the following frequencies will not be present in the modulated signal? We need to identify the what is given. FM is given and FC is given. And then FC, carrier amplitude. So FC equal to 1 megahertz. FM amplitude is, FM is given as time. So Tm. So 1 by FM is nothing but 1 by, in general F equal to 1 by T, right? So T is given period. So by 1 by 100 microsecond we will get 10 kilohertz. Okay. So FM also given. We need to identify which of the frequencies will not be present in the modulated signal. So we'll see how to find out. So what is also given? It is a symmetrical square wave. Symmetrical square wave. So since modulation signal is symmetrical square wave, it will contain only odd harmonics. What symmetrical square wave will contain only odd harmonics. So like 10, 30, 50, etc. So first we need to find out the FC plus or minus FM and FC plus or minus 3 FM and FC plus or minus 5 FM like this. Okay. So FC plus or minus FM is nothing but FC equal to this one 1000. FC 1000 kilohertz. Kilohertz should be outside. Okay. FC 1000 kilohertz. 1 megahertz can be rewritten as 1000 kilohertz plus FM equal to 10 kilohertz. FC plus or minus FM 1000 plus or minus 10, what we will get? 1010 or and 990. Then FC plus or minus 3 FM. 3 FM is nothing but 30, we will get 1030 plus and 970. By comparing options, so 990 presented, 1010 also presented, 1030 presented. Which one is not presented? 1020 will not come. Okay, so it will not be present in the modulated signal. Okay, what we need to know from this, for a symmetrical square wave, it contains only odd harmonics. So this is the keyword. Okay, then what is the power efficiency? We need to, okay, a message signal given by m of t equal to half cos omega 1 t minus half sin omega 2 t is the amplitude modulated with the carrier of frequency omega c to generate s of t equal to 1 plus m of t cos omega c t. What is the power efficiency achieved by this modulation scheme? Okay, we need to find out the power efficiency. So given m of t value and s of t is nothing but 1 plus m of t into cos of omega c t. So we need to find out the power efficiency. For power efficiency, what is the formula? Mu squared by mu squared plus 2 into 100%. So mu 1, this is mu 1 and this is mu 2. So mu, net modulation index, can be calculated by square root of mu 1 square plus mu 2 square etc. mu n square. So half squared plus half squared, we will get 1 by root 2. Just substitute 1 by root 2 here in this formula, we will get around 20%. Option C, 20% is the right option. Okay. Then a 4 GHz carrier is DSB-SC modulated by a low pass message signal, maximum frequency of 2 megahertz. The resultant is to be ideally sampled. The minimum frequency of the sampling impulse train should be, we should find out the minimum frequency of the sampling impulse. What is given? FC carrier is 4 GHz and maximum frequency FM equal to 2 megahertz. Okay, low pass message signal. So FC equal to 4 GHz or can be remodified by 4000 megahertz, okay, in megahertz form. Then we need to, such a signal is amplitude modulated DSB-SC, okay, two sidebands it have. What is given? DSB-SC na, so it will have two sidebands. What is that? Upper sideband and lower sideband, FC plus FM and FC minus FM. So what is FC plus FM? So 4000 megahertz, okay, FC, all are given in the problem. FM 2 megahertz. So FC plus or minus FM 4002 and 3998. So what is the bandwidth? Bandwidth is F1 and F2. Bandwidth is nothing but difference of this will nothing but 4 megahertz. So minimum sampling rate Fs minimum equal to 2 into bandwidth. 2 into what is the bandwidth? Bandwidth is 4. 2 into 4, 8 megahertz. That is nothing but Nyquist rate. Otherwise, the minimum sampling rate frequency is nothing but Nyquist rate. Okay. We'll see next demodulation problem related to demodulation. Okay. Consider the amplitude modulated AM signal AC cos of omega ct plus 2 cos omega mt cos omega ct. For demodulating the signal using envelope detector, the minimum value of AC should be. So, what is given? Amplitude modulated signal is given. AM equal to AC cos omega ct plus 2 cos omega mt cos omega ct. This is the modulated signal. So, by taking cos omega ct outside, AC plus 2 cos of omega mt. So for demodulating the signal using envelope detector, the minimum value of AC should be. We need to find out the minimum value of AC. So first know that envelope detection, in envelope detection modulation, the modulation index value should not be beyond 1. It should be less than or equal to 1 for envelope detector. Envelope detector will not modulate for the over modulation signal. Okay, mu should be equal to less than or equal to 1. So the amplitude will be, I am writing here. So this is the AC plus 2 cos omega t. This is the carrier and message signal. Cos omega mt should be greater than 0, should not be greater than 1, it should be less than or equal to 1 for envelope detector. Okay. So assume if cos omega mt equal to minus 1, what will happen? See, AC minus 1, if it is minus 1, 2 into minus 1, AC minus 2 greater than 0, so then AC greater than 2. So the minimum value of the AC should be greater than 2, greater than or equal to 2. Okay, it should be, okay, option A, 2 is the right option. So next question, which of the following demodulators can be used for demodulating the signal? We will see which signal. For this signal, which of the demodulator is used? See, x of t equal to 5 into 1 plus cos 1 plus 2 cos 200 pi t into cos 20,000 pi t something. Okay, what is the demodulator? So this is the standard equation for the AM signal. Okay, what is the standard expression? AC into 1 plus mu cos of omega mt into cos of omega ct. So what is mu here? Mu is 2. By comparing with the standard equation, we will get mu equal to 2. So modulation index is more than 1. This is known as, it is the case of over modulation. So whenever modulation index is more than 1, it is known as over modulation, and then detection is possible only for the synchronous demodulator. For over modulation, it is detected only by synchronous modulator, not by envelope demodulator. For over modulation, it is option C, synchronous modulator is the right option. Then next question, the amplitude modulated waveform S of t equal to AC into 1 plus Ka m of t into cos omega ct is fed to an ideal envelope detector. The maximum magnitude of Ka m of t is greater than 1. Which of the following could be the detector output? See, what is given? The standard expression amplitude modulated wave is given. This is the conventional AM signal expression for is fed to the ideal envelope detector. So maximum magnitude, this Ka m of t is nothing but mu modulation index. What is given? Modulation index is greater than 1. For what is the ideal envelope detector should not be detected for the over modulation. So for over modulation, ideal envelope detector is not used. Which one is used? Synchronous. Previously we have seen only synchronous demodulator is used. Anyway, from this option, what is the envelope? How can we find out the envelope? Modulus of AC 1 plus Ka m of t modulus of this one is the right option. Practically, ideal envelope detector is not used for detection of over modulation. The given signal is over modulation. It is only by synchronous modulator. Anyway, the given signal, how can we detect using the modulus of this signal? Okay, DC component. This is a DC component and this is the message signal. Modulus of these two, we can find out the detector use in the output side. We'll see next one. Diagonal clipping. Diagonal clipping in amplitude demodulation using envelope detector can be avoided if RC time constant of the envelope detector satisfies the following condition. So, to avoid diagonal clipping, we have one formula. Here W is a message bandwidth and omega is the carrier frequency. Both are in radians per second. So, we need to find out what is the general condition for time constants should satisfy the following condition for avoid the diagonal clipping is nothing but 1 by Fc less than Rc less than 1 by Fm. 1 by Sc nothing but tau time constant. So, less than Fm. 1 by Fc less than Rc 1 by Fm. So, what is Rc should be less than 1 by W or Rc less than 1 by omega. 4 different combinations of output given. What is W? W is message bandwidth. Message bandwidth is nothing but this one. So, Rc less than 1 by W. What is omega here? Carrier frequency. This is the carrier frequency. This is the message bandwidth. So, in this problem, message bandwidth is given as W and carrier frequency is given as omega. Okay. So, 1 by omega less than Rc, Rc less than 1 by W. So, obviously Rc should be less than 1 by W. Option A is the right option. To avoid diagonal clipping, Rc should be less than 1 by W. Okay. Then move on the question based on the previous problem. An AM signal is detected using an envelope detector. The carrier frequency and modulation signal are 1 MHz and 2 kHz. An appropriate value of the time constant of the envelope detector. What is given? Fc. Carrier frequency Fc 1 MHz. Fm signal modulation signal frequency 2 kHz. We need to find out the appropriate value of the time constant of the envelope detector. So, what is the general condition? Note that the time constant Rc should be satisfy the following condition. 1 by Rc, 1 by Fc less than Rc less than 1 by Fm. So, Fc value 1 into 10 power 6 less than Rc 1 by 2 into 10 cube. So, 1 microseconds less than Rc 0.5 milliseconds. So, it should be in between 1 microsecond to 0.5 millisecond. So, 500 microsecond 500 microsecond will not come under this limit. Then 20 microsecond, no, it will not, it will be between 1 to 0.5 milli, should be starting is 1 to 0.5 milliseconds. So, 20 microsecond also will not come, 1 microsecond will not also come because it between 1 and 0.5, it is not including 1 microsecond. See, 0.2 microsecond will come, okay. 0.2 microsecond will be in the range, okay, between 1 to 0.5 milliseconds. So, 0.2 is the right option for this problem. Option B is the correct option. Option B, 0.2 microsecond. See, this is microsecond, so the value will be reducing, okay, 10 power minus 3. So, we should be very careful 520 and 1 microsecond is out of the range. So 0.2 second is the microsecond will be in the in between range. Okay. A DSB-SC signal is to be generated with the carrier frequency Fc equal to 1 MHz using a non-linear device with the input-output characteristics V0 equal to A0 Vi plus A1 Vi cube, where A0 and A1 are constants. The output of the non-linear device can be filtered by an appropriate band pass filter. Let Vi equal to AC cos 2 pi Fct plus m of t, where m of t is the message signal. Then the value of Fci in megahertz is, okay. V0 equal to, so Vi, just substitute the Vi value in this equation. Oh, just they are substituting in this, it is Vi cube. So all this, it is Vi cube plus just expanding AM double sideband signal. Double sideband suppressed carrier signal is nothing but conventional AM signal. So that last term is the important. So cos squared, this term, taking only this term, just substituting Vi value in this equation. Okay, it is Vi cube. When we taking cube and simplifying all this by taking the last term only. By taking this is the last term, this is cos squared theta. So cos squared something can be written as 1 plus cos 2 into this value. So 1 plus cos 2 into this, we will get 2 Fcit. Okay, cos 2 into 2, 4. So 2 pi into 2 Fcit. So what is given? Fc value is given as 1 megahertz. Fc value equal to 1 megahertz. So 2 Fci equal to 1 megahertz, and then Fci value is nothing but Fci equal to 1 by 2, 0.5 megahertz. So 0.5 is the right option. Okay, I am not expanding all this, just substitute this value and that taking the last term only. Then find out the 2 Fci. See here, this 2 Fci value is 1 megahertz carrier signal. Then what is Fci? We need to know the value for Fci. Fci equal to nothing but 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5 megahertz. Okay. A message signal m of t equal to cos 2000 pi t plus 4 cos 4000 pi t modulates the carrier C of t equal to cos of 2 pi Fct, where Fc equal to 1 megahertz to produce an AM signal for demodulating the generated AM signal using the envelope detector. The time constant of the detector circuit should satisfy. So we know the RC condition, m of t, 1 by Fc less than RC less than 1 by Fm. Okay. So what is given in the m of t value given, C of t value also given. What is C of t? Cos 2 pi Fct. So from that taking 2 pi, this one F1 value and F2 value we need to take. 2 pi F1 equal to 2000 pi, from the F1 equal to 1 kilohertz, by cancelling 1000 or 1 kilohertz. From this F2 equal to, similarly this one, F2 equal to 2 pi, F2 equal to 4000 pi, then F2 equal to cancelling 2 kilohertz, right? This one, F1 and F2 we know, no? So maximum frequency, we need to take the maximum frequency. So F2 is the maximum frequency, we need to take that F2 alone. Okay. So this is Fm. So Fm is the, from these two terms we need to take the maximum. From this itself we know this one will give the maximum value. So from that we need to know that this is in the form of cos 2 pi Fm t, right? Okay. From that Fm how can we find out? From this Fm maximum frequency, Fm equal to 2 kilohertz. Fc is given in the question itself, 1 megahertz. Fc equal to 1 megahertz. So what will be the range? It is the general condition, 1 by Fc less than Rc, 1 by Fm. So 1 by Fc, 1 by 1 less than RC 1 by 2. So 1 microsecond less than, this is RC 0.5, 1 by 2 0.5 millisecond. So option B 1 to 0.5 millisecond is the right option. 1 microsecond to 0.5 millisecond. Then we'll move next problem. Receivers. It is based on the receiver, we'll see problems. We have already seen modulation and demodulation problems. Then now see receiver problems based on the receiver concept. So a super heterodyne receiver with an intermediate frequency of 455 kHz is tuned to a station operating out 1200 kHz. The associated image frequency is dash kilohertz. This is one of the formula, image frequency. We need to find out the image frequency. F image equal to, so image frequency equal to Fs plus 2If. Fs is nothing but given signal frequency 1000 kHz. In IF is nothing but intermediate frequency 455 kHz. From this question, Fs equal to, this is Fs, this is IF. Just substitute in this Fs, just substitute in this two values, 1200 plus 2 into 455. So 1200 plus all in kilohertz, 2 into 455, we will get 2110 kilohertz. This is the image frequency, F image or FSA. Okay, 2110 kilohertz is the right option. So no options, it is 2110 kilohertz is the right option. 2110 kilohertz, sorry. Then it is the final question in this type. Okay, the image channel selectivity of super heterodyne receiver depends upon 4 different options are given: IF amplifier, RF and IF amplifier, pre-selector, RF and IF amplifier, pre-selector and RF amplifier. So image channel selectivity of super heterodyne receiver depends upon pre-selector and RF amplifier. Before going into the IF stage, we should, so pre-selector and RF amplifier, we will see image rejection depends on front end selectivity of receiver and must be achieved, it should be achieved before intermediate frequency stage. So before this stage, we should achieve that image channel rejection. Okay, image channel selectivity. So pre-selector and RF amplifier is the right option. Image channel selectivity depends on pre-selector and RF amplifier. If it enters IF stage, we should avoid it before itself, before entering IF stage. If it enters IF stage, it becomes impossible to remove it from wanted signal. Okay, before going into IF stage, we should eliminate. So pre-selector and RF amplifier is the right option, option D. Okay, we'll end up this video up to this. Kindly subscribe our channel Off Campus and click on the bell icon also. Thanks for watching.